Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. Now in this video I want to talk about a video on YouTube I saw with Nick Faldo featured on me and my golf. I've seen that video before, but one of my subscribers mentioned this to me and I thought I'll make a video on it because I like a lot of what Nick Faldo says. Certainly as he's getting older and he's getting a little bit less flexible, and you can see a sort of older version of his swing kicking in, which is more realistic for the weekend golfer to relate to. Nick is also an inspiration of mine because I remember getting into golf having watched him win the Open in 1987. That inspired me to play. So in this video, he talks about putting your body in a position for draws and fades. He puts the club on the ground. I think he has a longer club than my 8, but it doesn't really matter. And he places, say, the left hand on the grip end first. He'll put the right hand on top to produce open shoulders from a dominant straight right arm. And his body's in a position for a fade. So you can see here how my shoulders are going to be open, producing a club path of across the ball. Now, if he puts the right hand on top, then the left on top of the right, can you see how he's now in a slightly different position with his upper body? The right elbow's lower. It's a dominant left arm. You can see now how he might be in a position for a draw. Now, Nick would go through this sort of procedure himself for hitting draws and fades. Now, what I think he misses and doesn't talk about is the body position. I don't think the weekend golfer, the avid golfer, the 99% of us out there that haven't played regularly into a level of Nick's standard or anything like scratch or better, they're not aware of what their body's doing so much. So I want to add into what Nick was saying. Although I like this for a no ball hitting drill to give you an idea of path that the club will be on. But I want to go back to the impact one because I use this a lot and I really like it. And I want to address some other things that you can think of if you enjoyed that Nick video. So address the square edge. That way you get an understanding, if you stand at 90 degrees to that square edge, where you want the club face to be at impact for a nice ball turf, pretty straight flighted shot down your target line. Because your feet, your knees, hips, shoulders all started at 90 degrees to that edge, that flat edge. Now this is where I want you to focus. I want you to push in and get that bend in the shaft. The more bend in that shaft you can get will be more compression on that ball. Now in order to do that, keep your shoulders running parallel to your feet. You'll just feel the right get lower and you'll feel the left quite tall. But in order to get the most compression into that square edge, you're going to feel the hips turning a lot. Now, the more the hips turn, the more open they are at the point of impact, the more likelihood of you straighter flighted shot to a fade. You can see that there's minimal release of the hands. The body's doing the turning, the releasing. Your arms are just going to stay running true and in sync with your body. Now, if you address that again, now this time, don't move your hips at all and try and get as much compression into that leg. So keeping stationary, the only force you have is your right hand. Can you see how it, looking down at your grip, you'll feel that the right hand will want to really turn over like this. Now you can see, because of the body doing less turn, the hands have to overcompensate. So this is why the draw is easier with the body turning less. So I want you to now hit some little shots where you're just thinking, applying that dynamically. Just gentle swings, hip high to hip high. And notice here, as you keep everything turning, your arms are going to be fairly neutral. The flight will be fairly straight. Holding off again a little bit more as you really try and turn, aka Tommy Fleetwood and other golfers with really active hip rotation and really flexible dynamics here. You can see how they finish like that. So down the line at the end of the tee shot, they're in this position. Back of the left hand is facing behind them. Look how turned they are through the ball. It's very much like that. So when you're watching them on TV now, you can have an understanding of what shot they're trying to hit, what shot shape. Process it first, and then you do practice swings without a ball. Remember, that's a distraction. So is the club. So you can kind of go, you know what, I'm in the office, kettle's boiling, I've got a meeting in 5 minutes, whatever, I've got a bit of time because I'm golfing tomorrow with my buds. You can just stand there and just feel that it's easy for the hands to wrap over if there's less rotation. You turn through and you can feel how everything's a bit more in sync. It feels more consistent. That's why a fade is the chosen shot. Can you see how it's quieter hands? You can feel also from pushing into the door frame with no club, how you've got more tightness and a firm left side there as you stay behind your wall. Remember, don't cheat. Don't lean in this way thinking that's the fade. It will produce a left to right ball flight, but it will start left. Can you see how the leaning in is producing that chop? And it's a cut, and this is what a lot of amateurs do. So you've got to understand, starting from impact, these positions. The more rotated, the quieter the hands will be, but the more compression and power you'll have. Anyway, so food for thought. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want more, and comments are welcome. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you thought. And any suggestions for other videos. I'd love to hear those too. Take care. See you soon.